Safety should always be the first priority. Ensure the main power source to the panel is completely shut off. It is also important to wear safety glasses and gloves for protection. To remove a Zinsco breaker, firstly identify the bus bar. Locate the metal bus bar running horizontally across the top of the panel. Secondly, disengage the safety latch. On the bottom of the breaker, find the small plastic safety latch. Push the latch towards the bus bar to disengage it. Thirdly, pull out the handle. Grip the handle of the breaker firmly and pull it straight out towards you. Avoid rocking or twisting the handle during this step. Fourthly, remove the breaker. Once the handle is out, gently lift the entire breaker up and off the bus bar. If it's stuck, apply light pressure while lifting. Fifthly, unwire the breaker. Disconnect the wires from the terminals on the back of the breaker. Use a flathead screwdriver to loosen the terminal screws. For breakers that are particularly tight, several techniques can be used. One is to use a breaker removal tool. Insert the tool into the slots on the bottom of the breaker to help push it out. Another technique is to apply lateral force. Gently tap the side of the breaker with a hammer or screwdriver handle to dislodge it. Lubrication can also help. Apply a small amount of electrical contact cleaner to the safety latch or bus bar to reduce friction. Removing old Zinsco breakers can be challenging, so patience is important. Avoid applying excessive force that could damage the breaker or the panel. A word of caution: do not use pliers or screwdrivers to remove the breaker, as this can damage the breaker and create a safety hazard. If the breaker is difficult to remove, do not force it. Seek professional assistance from an electrician. Zinsco panels are known to have safety issues. If possible, consider replacing the entire panel with a modern, safe model. When working with electrical panels, there are several general safety precautions to keep in mind. Always double-check that the power is off before working on any electrical component. Use a reliable voltage tester to confirm that the circuit is de-energized. Never work on electrical equipment when you are wet or standing in water. Water is an excellent conductor of electricity, and it significantly increases the risk of electric shock. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including safety glasses and insulated gloves. Safety glasses protect your eyes from debris, and insulated gloves protect you from electric shock. Keep your work area clean and organized. Remove any clutter or obstructions that could create a tripping hazard or make it difficult to access the electrical panel. Use insulated tools when working on electrical components. Insulated tools help to protect you from electric shock if you accidentally come into contact with a live wire. If you are not comfortable working on electrical equipment, seek professional assistance from a qualified electrician. Electricity is dangerous, and it is always best to err on the side of caution. When removing a breaker, it's also crucial to inspect the bus bar for any signs of corrosion or damage. Corrosion can cause poor connections and increase the risk of electrical fires. If you notice any corrosion, clean the bus bar with a wire brush and apply a small amount of electrical contact cleaner. Damaged bus bar should be replaced by a qualified electrician. After removing the breaker, inspect it for any signs of damage or wear. If the breaker is damaged, it should be replaced with a new breaker of the same type and rating. Never attempt to repair a damaged breaker. Ensure that the replacement breaker is compatible with the electrical panel. Using the wrong type of breaker can create a safety hazard. When installing the new breaker, follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Ensure that the breaker is properly seated on the bus bar and that the safety latch is engaged. Tighten the terminal screws securely, but do not over-tighten them. Over-tightening can damage the terminals and create a poor connection. After installing the new breaker, test it to ensure that it is working properly. Turn on the circuit that the breaker controls and verify that the power is restored. If the breaker trips immediately, there may be a problem with the circuit. In this case, consult a qualified electrician. Working with electrical panels can be dangerous, but by following these safety precautions, you can minimize the risk of electric shock and electrical fires. Always remember to prioritize safety and to seek professional assistance when needed. Now let's delve deeper into the specifics of Zinsco electrical panels and their breakers. Zinsco electrical panels, also known as Zinsco Sylvania panels, were commonly installed in homes built from the 1950s to the 1970s. However, these panels have a history of safety concerns due to their breakers' tendency to fail to trip under overload conditions. This can lead to overheating, arcing, and potentially electrical fires. The primary issue with Zinsco breakers is their reliance on aluminum components in the breaker mechanism. Over time, these aluminum parts can corrode or oxidize, leading to increased resistance and a reduction in the breaker's ability to trip quickly and effectively. This problem is exacerbated by the fact that Zinsco breakers are often found in older homes where the electrical systems may not be up to current safety standards. The combination of aging breakers and outdated wiring can create a hazardous situation. If you have a Zinsco electrical panel in your home, it is highly recommended that you have it inspected by a qualified electrician. The electrician can assess the condition of the panel and breakers and recommend appropriate actions, which may include replacing the breakers or the entire panel. Replacing Zinsco breakers with modern breakers from other manufacturers is generally not recommended. While some replacement breakers may physically fit into the Zinsco panel, they may not be compatible with the panel's bus bar or have the same tripping characteristics. This can create a false sense of security and may not resolve the underlying safety issues. The safest and most reliable solution is to replace the entire Zinsco panel with a modern, UL-listed panel from a reputable manufacturer. Modern electrical panels are designed with improved safety features such as circuit breakers that are more reliable and less prone to failure. They also incorporate features like arc fault circuit interrupters, or FSIs, and ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, which provide additional protection against electrical fires and shocks. When replacing an electrical panel, it is important to hire a qualified electrician who is experienced in this type of work. The electrician will need to disconnect the power to the home, remove the old panel, install the new panel, and reconnect all of the circuit. This is a complex and potentially dangerous task that should only be performed by a trained professional. In addition to replacing the panel, it is also a good idea to have the electrician inspect the wiring in your home. Older wiring may be damaged or deteriorated, which can increase the risk of electrical problems. The electrician can identify any issues and recommend appropriate repairs or replacements. Upgrading your electrical panel and wiring can significantly improve the safety and reliability of your home's electrical system. While it may be a significant investment, it is a worthwhile one that can provide peace of mind and protect your family from electrical hazards. Remember, electrical work should always be approached with caution and respect. If you are not comfortable performing electrical tasks yourself, always seek professional assistance. Electricity is a powerful force, and it is important to take the necessary precautions to ensure safety and the safety of your home. Now let's discuss some additional tips for working with electrical breakers and panels, focusing on the practical aspects of breaker removal and replacement. Before attempting to remove any breaker, it's crucial to properly identify the circuit it controls. This can be done by turning off the breaker and then checking which lights, outlets, or appliances are no longer working. Labeling the breakers in your electrical panel is essential for future reference and can save you time and frustration when you need to work on a specific circuit. Use a permanent marker to clearly label each breaker with the corresponding circuit it controls. If the existing labels are unclear or outdated, take the time to create new ones. When removing a breaker, it's often helpful to use a breaker puller tool. This tool is designed to grip the breaker securely and provide leverage for removing it from the panel. Breaker pullers can be especially useful for stubborn breakers that are difficult to remove by hand. If you don't have a breaker puller, you can try using a screwdriver to gently pry the breaker out of the panel. However, be careful not to damage the breaker or the panel's bus bar. Apply gentle, even pressure to avoid breaking the breaker or bending the bus bar. When installing a new breaker, make sure it's the correct type and amperage rating for the circuit it will control. The amperage rating of the breaker should match the amperage rating of the wiring in the circuit. Using a breaker with a higher amperage rating than the wiring can cause the wiring to overheat and potentially start a fire. Before installing a new breaker, inspect the breaker's terminals for any signs of corrosion or damage. If the terminals are corroded, clean them with a wire brush and apply a small amount of electrical contact cleaner. Damaged terminals should be replaced by a qualified electrician. When connecting the wiring to the new breaker, make sure the connections are tight and secure. Loose connections can cause arcing and overheating, which can lead to electrical fires. Use a torque screwdriver to tighten the terminal screws to the manufacturer's specified torque. After installing the new breaker, test it to ensure it's working properly. Turn on the circuit the breaker controls and verify that the power is restored. If the breaker trips immediately, there may be a problem with the circuit. In this case, consult a qualified electrician. If you encounter any problems while working with electrical breakers or panels, don't hesitate to seek professional assistance. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it's always best to err on the side of caution. A qualified electrician can diagnose and repair any electrical problems safely and efficiently. Now let's delve into the specifics of older electrical panels and the challenges they can present. Older electrical panels, particularly those installed before the 1980s, may have certain features and characteristics that differ from modern panels. These differences can affect how you approach breaker removal and replacement. One common issue with older panels is the presence of screw and fuses instead of circuit breakers. Fuses are designed to protect circuits from overloads, but they must be replaced each time they blow. Replacing a fuse is a simple task, but it's important to use the correct type and amperage rating for the circuit. Another characteristic of older panels is the use of aluminum wiring. Aluminum wiring was commonly used in homes built in the 1960s and 1970s, but it has been found to be more prone to overheating and corrosion than copper wiring. If you have aluminum wiring in your home, it's important to take extra precautions when working with electrical circuits. When connecting aluminum wiring to circuit breakers or other electrical devices, use connectors that are specifically designed for use with aluminum wiring. These connectors are designed to prevent corrosion and ensure a secure connection. It's also a good idea to have your aluminum wiring inspected by a qualified electrician. The electrician can assess the condition of the wiring and recommend any necessary repairs or replacements. Older electrical panels may also have lower amperage ratings than modern panels. This means they may not be able to handle the electrical demands of modern appliances and electronics. If you find that your electrical panel is frequently overloaded, it may be time to upgrade to a panel with a higher amperage rating. Upgrading your electrical panel is a significant undertaking, but it can improve the safety and reliability of your home's electrical system. It's important to hire a qualified electrician to perform the upgrade. The electrician will need to disconnect the power to the home, remove the old panel, install the new panel, and reconnect all of the circuits. This is a complex and potentially dangerous task that should only be performed by a trained professional. In addition to upgrading the panel, it's also a good idea to have the electrician inspect the wiring in your home. Older wiring may be damaged or deteriorated, which can increase the risk of electrical problems. The electrician can identify any issues and recommend appropriate repairs or replacements. Remember, working with electrical panels can be dangerous, but by following these safety precautions, you can minimize the risk of electric shock and electrical fires. Always remember to prioritize safety and to seek professional assistance when needed. Now, let's cover some specific techniques for dealing with breakers that are stuck or difficult to remove. When a breaker is stuck, the first step is to try gently wiggling it back and forth. This can help to loosen any corrosion or debris that may be causing the breaker to stick. If wiggling the breaker doesn't work, try applying a small amount of electrical contact cleaner to the breaker's terminals and the bus bar. The contact cleaner can help to dissolve any corrosion and improve the connection between the breaker and the bus bar. Let the contact cleaner sit for a few minutes before attempting to remove the breaker. If the breaker is still stuck, you can try using a heat gun to gently warm it up. The heat can help to soften any corrosion or debris that may be causing the breaker to stick. Be careful not to overheat the breaker, as this can damage it. Apply the heat in short bursts and check the breaker frequently to make sure it's not getting too hot. If none of these techniques work, you can try using a breaker puller tool. A breaker puller tool is designed to grip the breaker securely and provide leverage for removing it from the panel. Breaker pullers can be especially useful for stubborn breakers that are difficult to remove by hand. When using a breaker puller, be careful not to damage the breaker or the panel's bus bar. Apply gentle, even pressure to avoid breaking the breaker or bending the bus bar. If you're still unable to remove the breaker, it's time to call a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician has the tools and experience to safely remove stuck breakers without damaging the electrical panel. They can also identify any underlying problems that may be causing the breakers to stick. Remember, safety is always the top priority when working with electrical equipment. If you're not comfortable working on electrical panels, don't hesitate to seek professional assistance. Now, let's discuss the importance of proper grounding in electrical systems. Grounding is a critical safety feature that helps to protect people from electric shock. A properly grounded electrical system provides a low resistance path for fault current to flow back to the source, causing the circuit breaker to trip and de-energize the circuit. This helps to prevent electric shock in the event of a ground fault. In a typical electrical system, the grounding conductor is a bare or green insulated wire that connects the metal enclosures of electrical equipment such as appliances, outlets, and lighting fixtures to the grounding electrode system. The grounding electrode system typically consists of a ground rod driven into the earth or a metal water pipe that is buried in the ground. The grounding electrode system provides a connection to the earth, which helps to dissipate fault current and prevent voltage buildup on metal enclosures. It is important to ensure that the grounding system is properly installed and maintained. Improperly grounded electrical systems can be dangerous and can increase the risk of electric shock. If you are not sure whether your electrical system is properly grounded, it's best to consult a qualified electrician. The electrician can inspect the grounding system and make any necessary repairs or upgrades. In addition to proper grounding, it's also important to use ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in areas where there is a risk of electric shock, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. GFCIs are designed to detect even small amounts of leakage current and to trip the circuit breaker within milliseconds. This helps to prevent electric shock in the event of a ground fault. GFCIs are required by electrical codes in many areas. They are an important safety feature that can help to protect you and your family from electric shock. When working with electrical systems, always take precautions to avoid electric shock. Wear insulated gloves and safety glasses, and make sure the power is turned off before working on any electrical equipment. If you're not comfortable working on electrical systems, it's best to consult a qualified electrician. Finally, let's touch upon the importance of arc fault circuit interrupters, or SIs. SIs are a relatively new type of circuit breaker that is designed to protect against arc faults. Arc faults are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. An arc fault occurs when electricity jumps from one conductor to another, creating a high temperature arc. This arc can ignite nearby materials and start a fire. SIs are designed to detect arc faults and to trip the circuit breaker before a fire can start. SIs are required by electrical codes in many areas, particularly in bedrooms and other areas where people sleep. They are an important safety feature that can help to protect you and your family from electrical fires. There are two types of SIs: combination SIs and branch/feeder SIs. Combination SIs provide protection against both series arc faults and parallel arc faults. Series arc faults occur when there is a break in a single conductor. Parallel arc faults occur when there is a short circuit between two conductors. Branch/feeder SIs only provide protection against parallel arc faults. When replacing circuit breakers, it's a good idea to consider installing SIs, especially in areas where they are required by code. SIs are an important safety feature that can help to prevent electrical fires.